Hi there, I'm Paul Salmon, Psychic Medium, and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Spirit Show. Today I have as my guest Chris Cousins. Morning, Chris.
Hi, Paul. Hi.
And Chris is from Life Arts. Chris, what is Life Arts? Well, actually, before we go there, are you the managing director? How do you describe yourself?
Basically the organiser and it was created back in '98.
Right.
Yeah.
So Life Arts is your baby then?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't give yourself a title as such as...
No, really. I mean, it's really effectively, it's the name of whatever I work with, whether it's events or the training courses I've run with. I kind of adopted that since that time.
So you are Life Arts itself, basically.
Yeah.
So describe Life Arts to me, Chris.
Well, Life Arts is put together of two really groups. One is holistic events, mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit events and festivals, and also organised some gigs as well with that. Yeah. The other is the training side, with holistic training side, which that's anything to do with reflexology, anatomy and physiology, training courses, other courses, for instance, involving Thai yoga massage and Indian hip massage, etc. So it's really the umbrella word for two groups. One is training courses, the other is events.
Well, let's talk about the first one, shall we?
Okay.
You're a holistic healer, is that right? I tell you what, folks. Listen, catch this. I've got a whole list here. Shall I go through the list? Well, not too long. It'll take 2 minutes. But your training educational program in Thai massage, herbal compress, foot massage, Reiki healing. How do you say this? Kinesiology, nutrition.
Kinesiology.
Now, are these? Do people come to see you for this, or do you go to them?
Well, much of the time is nowadays I've got a place established in Felixstowe now, right. So people would come to me if they want one-to-one treatments. But nowadays, most of what I'm doing is actually teaching people, enabling people to actually become practitioners.
Right, because I wanted to separate...
That's the most side of it.
I wanted to separate the two elements. The first one was, are you a healer such that you go to heal, or they come to you? And... or is it more involved in training?
More involved with training, so that's where we go. And it's very lucky to have met some fantastic people along the route as well, which have been utterly amazing right from the beginning.
So is it you do the training yourself? There's no one else involved?
No one else involved.
You don't hire staff? Because looking at your qualifications and all the courses, what have you, it looks like you've got a whole team of people.
Well, I must confess, I'm a course addict, so I've done a lot of things. I just, haven't decided. I don't have a life plan, don't have a diary which is gonna, say by this day I've got a goal where I'm going to go for. It's just really sort of evolved over the years. It was
you go with
go with the flow with it, really.
Right. So when people come to do a course with you, do they get a qualification at the end of it?
Most of the time they do. I mean, if they are going for instance, reflexology is a good example. That is a full diploma course. So, and that's accredited by the Association of Natural Medicine, and that is a high-level diploma encompassing everything they need to know about practicing reflexology. That's a really in-depth course going on for maybe 8 months.
Yeah. Okay. So you trained in that, obviously.
I'm trained in that, and become a reflexologist in '97.
And you've got qualification. Where the heck do you pack it all in, Chris?
Yeah, well, just ask my girlfriend that one there. She knows I'm a sort of workaholic with it.
Yeah.
And,
so this is your full-time career?
It really is my full-time career. I've decided to go down this route, drop everything else, and it's really my life, to be totally honest with you.
Because you're a Reiki practitioner, soul and teacher, hand reflexology, Indian head massage. Tell me about one I don't know too much about. Is it Hopi?
Hopi. You say Hopi, I say Hopi.
Do I go for Hopi or shall I say Hopi?
Let's call it off, right? No, it's Hopi Academy is quite amazing, but it goes back many thousands of years. It basically what it is. It was used by the Native Agrarians. It was a reed which was actually bathed in propolis, which is beeswax with Native American essential oils and herbs, and it was used as ceremonial ideas. Now you think that's fine, but what they did then to it was put it in someone's ear and then they set fire to it.
I must admit, it doesn't appeal to me.
And it's not like you're coming out both ears like that. You are lying down.
Right.
But I've tried that. It doesn't work very well. So,
No.
but it has been really only opened up to the West since beginning of the 90s. That's how new it is to to the Western world.
Yeah, but who'd have that done?
Who'd have it well? Where anyone who has got, for instance, it may have earwax problems. They may have some hearing impediment.
Yeah.
It's not mechanical, but we can work with quite a few things there on the healing aspects with it.
Yeah.
Anyone which has got tinnitus, believe it or not, may be helped with this.
Yeah.
I say may be helped. I've had some incredible stories from students working with this. And for instance, I had what amazing email come back to me from one student. The very reason she went into it because her mother had tinnitus. Now, after one treatment, the ringing sound in her ear actually stopped. I mean, that's sensational.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how many people have got tinnitus in this country?
More than I can imagine, I expect.
Well, I was listening to Radio 2 in the afternoon, as you do, and basically the guy said there's 6 million
Really?
in this country. So potentially that's 6 million people that may be helped by ear candling. It's quite, they are, I've had some very good success with it as well. Working with, for instance, like a 4-year-old child, which is doctors said she had 100% blockage in one ear, and it was basically 90% in the other one.
Right.
So virtually, and the only reason this is highlighted because the child was having, they thought the child was having learning difficulties. So they go down that route. They go down, then the child has a scan and find out the reason. The problem is that the child had earwax problems. Now, being such a minute canal for that young age, they didn't want to, obviously you can operate, but that wouldn't be very safe. So instead, luckily, I was in the States at the time, but I had a mobile call from a lady which actually specifically wanted me to treat her daughter when I came back and returned it. So after one treatment, basically, one ear was still fully blocked, but the other ear had a 15% improvement. Now, I wasn't saying it was a 50% improvement, taking account then the mother was actually taking the child back to the doctor, back to the physician, be checked up, and amongst other things, but also the ear problem. So, to cut a long story short, 5 treatments, every time is about 15% clearance happening in both ears. So by the end of 4 or 5 treatments, one ear was perfectly clear and the other ear was down to 45%, 50% clear.
Right.
After that time, I taught the mother how to do it, to continue with it.
Yeah.
But and that's without the need of syringing, which even nurses nowadays are not too keen on syringing with the side effects with it, and also it's completely safe and absolutely natural.
But Chris, tell me, how did you get involved in all of this? I believe you worked with the RAF, or you were in the RAF.
Yeah.
How do you make that leap from that to all these holistic remedies?
Well, I was dealing with my problems, which I decided to from a friend at that time. His girlfriend also had similar problems, and it was all to do with family stuff, and I had a bit of a breakdown over it over Christmas time, and it really got me down and depressed a bit at that time. Lo and behold, it's not the sort of thing you want to share with the macho Royal Air Force and everything like that. So I thought, how am I going to deal with this? Chat to a colleague at work, and he was talking about a friend of his who has had, some similarities. His girlfriend had some similarities to the problems I was having, and said reflexology. Now, I didn't know what that was. He said it's something to do with the feet. And I thought, so it's to do with somebody massaging the feet or something. And I hadn't a clue what that was. So I just thought, well, I've got to do something. I can't carry on like this. So Yellow Pages flicked up, rang through to amazingly the right person, and she was enormous help. But she said, well, I've done as far as I can after several treatments. Which was helpful. Then she passed me on to her husband, who's counsellor, psychic, medium, Welsh guy. He's like Merlin the Wizard, this guy. His name is Robert Light. Right. Absolutely stunning. So he really helped to open my eyes instead of fixed vision to be 360 vision. It was just like that, bang, fantastic. And I just got so excited about all the other things. And I was still in the Air Force at the time. Yeah. But I was then coming up to leaving, and they had some strange resettlement courses from me. Like go on a crystal workshop, meditation workshop, Reiki, whatever. And I was like, well, this is really interesting stuff. There's something about this. And so it was Robert Light, amazing healer. I mean, this guy, for instance, just to say one thing about this guy here, he could, for instance, through me talking about a friend at home who had a medical problem, without even going into the details of it, he could, by the power of thought, actually locate in that person where the problem was, and he would write a case study, literally, from not even knowing anything about them, and would have it there written out before they came to see them.
So it's a life-changing event for you.
Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
So you're like a sponge absorbing all these different elements.
It was like a fast track. It was just like, once you're on this fast escalator, there was no going off. It was too fast to get off.
God. And you weren't a hairdresser as well, were you? Because I read something about a hair salon in your...
Hair salon? I don't know where you got that from. That's interesting.
I'll have to go back on that.
Go back, rewind.
Because I thought, oh, you have hair salon. No, I'll rewind on that. This is live. Anything can happen, folks.
Done a few things for not hairdressing.
But we had a little chat upstairs, and it turned out we suffered from the same phobia, I think. A fear of death I had.
Yeah.
And I've not met many people.
Yeah.
Well, I've not really spoken about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone else who had it. So.
Right. Well, I mean, what are these things? A lot of these things, phobias, and that start from when you're very young. Yeah. Normally, fears and phobias, something about the age of 4 or 5, something about that age. And it was my dad telling me that, that's it. When you die, that's it. You're finished. Yeah. So I had, long nightmares. After that was continued until I was about 40. Yeah. Cold sweats in the night. Yeah. Thinking, well, that's it. Yeah. What's it all about? Yeah. There's nothing. And it really did freak me out. It really freaked me out for a long time.
But isn't it amazing? Now we know this. It's changed our lives.
But that was with Reiki. It was just literally
was it?
a Reiki. That was from a Reiki attunement I did that completely changed everything.
Oh, wow.
And from that, I mean, it is quite a long story itself, but to talk about that, it was a case of on the Reiki attunement, when we did the meditation, I had this out-of-body experience where I met my grandmother, who passed away when I was literally quite a young age, and she was just saying so many things to me to make it all safe, that actually you don't have to worry about it. There is life after death. And of course, since then, I've met so many people and had so much amazing evidence about it. For instance, one example of one medium who helped me on this one here. Basically, when my dad died, I'd hidden something which was connected with him, and he basically was a blank sheet before he saw me, before we met, and he told me that my dad's coming through and all the rest of it. I thought, yeah, right, I heard this before. And then he described my dad. I thought, no, that's not bad. And then he started saying, well, he's a bit upset. I said, well, why is that? I said, well, there's something that you've hidden that only you know. Now, actually, it was only me that knew. I actually had forgotten about what I'd hidden. And he described it as a watch that I'd hidden in a place in my flat, and it was in a drawer. No one knew that. And the only other person on the planet that knew I had that watch was my mum. And that was it.
And that's good enough evidence for you.
That was incredible evidence. Yeah. I mean, how could anyone describe your dad, give his name, and then say about a watch, which no one knew I had apart from my mum, and only I knew where I'd put it. And he told me exactly where I put it in the house.
Yeah.
That's
similar to me. Very
stunning.
And I don't know about you, but, well, you are like me. We're on a life mission to let people know about eternal life and with your holistic...
I think it is. I think it's about them letting people know that there's a much wider world out there than we actually perceive by just sight and touch, and it reaches far beyond anything people can actually visually see or watch on a TV or anything like that.
That's right. Well, let's hope we're reaching out to some people today.
Well, I hope so. Yeah.
There's a lot we could talk about more your courses and your work, but I want to move on.
Sure.
Because time goes by on this little show of mine. Life Arts.
Yeah.
www.lifearts.co.uk.
Yeah.
And the other part of your life, well, not your life, it's many streams to your life. Part of it is your organising events. And you have an event in Felixstowe at the Leisure Centre on March the 4th. What time does it start?
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock till 5.
10 o'clock till 5.
Yeah.
And what's going on there, Chris?
Well, I mean, what's going on there? I mean, mind, body, soul, people say, well, what's that? And some people can be put off by it, but sure, yeah, I'm so fortunate is that over the years I've built up connections with a lot of people. So there's going to be a lot of therapists there who can do taster treatments. There's also going to be people which are going to be doing, I have a mystic arts area which is going to be there. So people will be doing readings and clairvoyancy and mediumship too, and tarot and runestones. But there's also going to be other areas there with people be able to get gifts and crystals and incredible discount books as well. And the most unusual gifts and crafts that people have actually made themselves and holistically minded as well. So, like I said, fortunately, the people that have got coming to this are local people, but also from further field. International media, Maureen Flynn is going to be there. I've got some amazing musicians, and just have a bit of fun because, to be honest about it, I like people to be present, even with dance or music. If people are involved with something like that, they are. So they're not thinking about what's happened, they're not thinking about the future, they're actually there. And so I've got Bollywood there, we've got belly dancing taking place there. I've got some fantastic musicians who could be playing there. I've also got African drumming. Now that is really appealing to a lot of people.
But would some people say, well, you're doing a mind, body, soul, it's all about mediumship, crystals. Where does the African drumming come into it, do you think?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, when you're talking about mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit, to me it's all encompassing with everything to do with being in touch with yourself and being in touch with other people. Now, for instance, drumming, that originated, the first drum we ever heard was our own heartbeat inside the mother's womb. So that's where that all began. So you're drumming to your own sound and you drum into the sound of other people. Now that's a community thing. And it's very vibrant and it's very primeval. And that can bring out something maybe we've not been in touch with ourselves about for some time. And so when I got some drummers there who are going to be performing on stage and doing a workshop which people will be able to participate in, plus I've got the dancers too, people can have a go at dancing and as well with the belly dancers, just a bit of fun. Obviously you're not going to pick it up in just a couple of minutes of seeing them. But the idea is for people to come there, do something, maybe to experience something, maybe not done something before, and to be in touch with themselves. And I believe people can get in touch with themselves in many different spiritual ways, and part of it, yes, is yoga, part of it is healing, part of it is self-healing, but also part of it is actually being present. And being present, you can do that through sound and vision and music as well. And it's very powerful.
You mentioned yoga, you're yoga teacher as well, aren't you?
Well, I don't teach yoga. What I do is teach Thai yoga massage.
Oh, right.
And I'm actually training people to practice that. So it's not something I'm going to be doing at the event, but I do teach that if people are interested in that, and also do one-to-one therapy with that as well. So it's,
Now, you have a future guest of mine being demonstrating leadership. Maureen Hinton.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful lady.
Yes.
And I believe she's doing a demonstration.
She is. A lot of people may know her as Mari Johns, and she's going to be doing the mediumship demonstration. She was quite well known in the area, and has got the spiritual church, Temple of Light in Felixstowe, which are going to have a healing area there. Quite a large one as well.
Well, she'll be sitting here in a few weeks' time.
Fantastic.
Hopefully.
Lovely lady.
Tell me about this Jonathan Hugh. Tell me about him. He'll be there.
He is a stunning musician, accomplished on the cello. I'm not a musician. I know they go up in classifications, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy's tops. And he makes that cello sing. He is a very, very spiritual person, very endearing, and very charming person. But unlike some musicians which just want to stay in the box, he will actually do most unusual things with it. I mean, for instance, last time, a friend of mine who's a saxophone player, just off the cuff, they did a duet together, first time ever, with saxophone and cello.
Do you think it could be like inspirational, the energy coming down and flowing out?
Well, I think there could be something well in it. I mean, all these people that come to this event are very much in tune with themselves, they're in tune with energy, the creative side, and connection with other people. So much of it is this chemistry of people coming together. Now I know that when this guy plays, when he played last time at Woodbridge, and I'm so pleased to bring it to Felixstowe. The whole place was just in awe. When he started playing. Now I'm not a big fan of a lot of people are of classic music and everything like that. When he plays, it really does touch the soul. It's quite really powerful stuff, and the whole audience was just like, wow, gobsmacked. And he's a really charming person as well. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be there. Hopefully, we can film parts of it as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah,
and,
work on that.
So go along, treat yourself. And where's the poster? You have the poster.
Yeah.
Let's hold it up to the camera.
You may have seen these around the town, rainbow colour. That's basically advertising the event, and has said a lot of things about it. It's only going to be basically in there, in all the demonstrations, the dancing, all the workshops except for one price to get in. It's only £3.50, and I've reduced it very heavily for concessions. It's only going to be £2 for concessions. Right. 16 and under free to get in.
Wonderful. So look out for this colourful poster around Felixstowe. But you have something interesting here. You can read the list of exhibitors. I just noticed. Detox your house forever. That sounds interesting.
Well, yes.
And you've got... There's quite a few on this list of people I know, actually.
Yeah.
I used to go to church with. Like
right.
Rami, for instance.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about Rami, can you?
Rami is an exceptional, talented musician who can adapt himself to whether it's didgeridoo, whether it's mouth harp, whether it's Mongolian overtoning. So he's like a one-man band, this guy. But again, he's like a showstopper when he starts playing these instruments. And it's not just someone just clinically making an instrument sound. Like I said, they're putting their whole soul into it. And people, whether they're spiritually minded or not, they pick up on it. Yeah. It's almost like them and whatever they're playing has got this amazing aura. Just people whether it's Gandhi or Princess Di, people pick up on that. Yeah. They don't necessarily call themselves spiritual people. They just know that this is something special going down.
No, he's a very spiritual person, I know.
Yeah. So I'm so pleased to know these people and many others which are coming to this event. There's an angel stand there. Maria from Italy's got this most amazing angel gifts are going to be there as well. I could go on. There are so many unusual people who are going to be there.
I mean, organising an event like this. I mean, I'm the founder and organiser of the Suffolk Folk Festival, and I know what sort of job it is. Yeah. Have you got help organising this, or is it just you again?
It's me.
It's you.
I mean, I was even the floor plan I did last night. I mean, I just got so engrossed in it. I didn't finish till I finished it this morning about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I just get so focused with it. Now, yes, on the day people do help me out, and but I've just got in the habit of working through it all, and I know exactly where I need to be with it all the way through, and it runs smoothly. I must admit I'm very anal with trying to get everything precise, everything clockwork, everything coming together, and all the nuts and bolts and the little piece of the jigsaw all together.
I think we've got a lot in common, So I've been there. But what I did is organise little bits at a time, and it soon.
It develops and it grows.
You have someone called Claire Misson who's going to be there.
Yeah, I've never met her personally, but I'm very good at tuning in with people on the phone. Yeah. I don't necessarily have to meet them, so she'll be there doing readings.
I mentioned that because you've got so many people I like to meet in the face, because I've met them on Facebook. Yeah. Okay. And I know there's bad things said about Facebook, but it's helped me, and I'd like to meet her and other people. Yeah.
One person, I mean, like I said, there's all kinds of workshops taking place there. If people want to, there's more serious ones. For instance, there's Julia Fairfax giving a talk on how to heal herself of cancer. Now, she is working with a government body relating to health matters as well, and she's cured herself of cancer. Right. And I've had some stunning emails from this lady. Tune into Felixstowe Radio this Friday as well. I don't think I've diverted too much from Felixstowe TV, but this Friday she's going to be talking live on radio between 12 and 2 on Julia's and Eileen's show, and talking about her experiences about working with people on healing cancer and curing cancer. And I'll say there's a bit of controversial word there, and I know that because in this country only doctors can cure. This is enabling people to empower themselves to work on their own bodies.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And she has incredible nutritional advice for people, and I know for a fact she can even do this over the phone. And people's tumours have gone down, and medically proven to go down because they're the only ones doing the CT scans, etc.
So it's lots for everyone to...
Lots for everyone to go down the other route. Celtic ballads and bards with John Goodluck and Joe Arkand are going to be there as well. And like I said, African drumming workshop, that's going to be hoots of fun. Raw Foods, Maggie Franks from Felixstowe, talking about her courses about the benefits of raw foods. Again, this is another top tip on how to reduce your liability to problems in your body and how to become healthier. Right. And I won't take the steel away the fire from her. She's going to be there talking about it. Right. Maggie Franks. Listen, remember that name.
We've got two parts. We've got the exhibition stands going on, and the demonstration workshops and healing on the other hand. Right. So check out www.lifearts.co.uk and this event. What's the title of this event? Is it?
It's the title of this event is Felixstowe Mind, Body, Soul Exhibition.
Okay.
But I mean that's again. Let's just get back to the event brands of the rainbow.
Give it a try. I've got a few minutes. Give it all you can.
But look out for the rainbows. But go onto the website. Simply go Life Arts. Don't say it too quickly. It might sound like something else. Yeah. But lifearts.co.uk. It's got lots of information about having this day out.
Right, and it's on March 4th. That's a Sunday, isn't it?
Sunday, March 4th, Leisure Centre.
Right, so you've got that. Now, apart from all this, has Chris Cousins got any outside interest, or I can't see you having any time for?
Well, I love salsa dancing.
Do you?
You know, my girlfriend does too, and we share the same name, Chris. But that is again fantastic. Yeah. My voice is good at the moment. I've been talking so much, but
there's healing in everything. I mean, healing's a form. Salsa dancing must be a form of.
Well, it is
giving it, taking your mind off things. And
it is incredibly healing. If you think about smiling, and the effect and the benefits on that, and again, that's a whole subject in itself. And laughter. When you're happy, when you're joyful, and you're dancing, it's every cell in your body is singing. And it is so healing, and if anyone wants to know, I'm not saying it's going to be a cure for everything, but the more chance you have for going out there, doing sport, doing exercise, healthy living, dancing, joyful, doing all the pleasurable things that you may not have felt you give yourself time to, all of these, longevity and good health. We can be rich, we can be poor. But the only thing which really matters to a lot of people at the end of it is admitting is good health. And come to this event, you'll find out many ways and fun ways, as well as more serious and practical ways on how to enjoy life more, how to get healthier, and pass that on to a friend as well.
Well, I'll be there. I hope you'll be there as well. Come and treat yourself, March the 4th. Chris, it's been a pleasure and a delight having you. But I want you to come back and talk about this. Was it Nepal?
Nepal, yeah, shamanic journey to Nepal.
I want you to come back if you were to talk about this. This half hour's flown
crazy.
By. So you've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Thanks again,
Thank
Chris.
You very much, Paul.
Goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.